Frowning, I look at him with an incomprehensible pile of feelings, including indignation, anger, and surprise. How dare you want to treat me? How dare you offer to buy me more cheese? Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I want to play a game called My Precious Stalker. I am Espoir, it means hope in French. My stream direction is games. The morning sun slowly creeps in through my window. However, this does not prevent me from covering my head with a blanket and wincing. After a few more minutes of tossing and turning, I realize I'm unlikely to fall asleep again. So I had no choice but to get out of bed. After a little morning stretch, I glance around my boring room. That room does not look boring. That's a pretty nice room right there. I shake my head, yawning. What could even be expected? Only I live here. Getting out of bed, I stretch once more and go to the kitchen, finally wanting to have breakfast. Oh God, running a midnight stream after working was probably a mistake. Ugh. Which, unfortunately, will happen again. Oh yeah, I'm a streamer in this game. I'm a famous streamer like the Markipliers. Anyway, once I'm in the kitchen, the first thing I do is head to the fridge. Dreaming about my future breakfast, I open the door and discover an absolute emptiness inside. Well, that's not too bad. You got some pickles, you got some probably expired milk, you got some hot sauce that you can't eat because you're allergic to anything spicy, and some cat food, and the idea of a morsel down here. The fridge is not just empty, there aren't even any cockroaches in it. Poor ones couldn't find anything left. When I realize that I have to go to the store today, I wince. And why specifically today is the run-out-of-everything day? I sigh in defeat, looking helplessly at the emptiness instead of food, and at the same time I can hear my stomach growling mercilessly. Realizing that nothing will magically appear in the refrigerator while I stare at the shelves, I just close the door. A disappointed sigh escapes my mouth. Well, I definitely won't go out tomorrow, so it's better today. I head for the closet, trying to recall if there's any more moths that appeared since the last time I opened it. Thank God there were no additional roommates in my clothes. Choosing the first thing that catches my eye, I lazily put it on. And taking my wallet and phone, I leave the apartment. To my disappointment, the elevator is still under repair, so I have to go down the stairs again. Oh, that means I also have to go up the stairs. I really hope they'll fix it soon, because the sporty lifestyle is clearly not for me. I'm an old woman, I can't be going up and down these stairs. Is that some lore over there? Flight after flight of stairs. It can probably take forever. My gaze once again clings to the covered-up walls of the entrance. Missing persons announcements, phone numbers of some workers, scribbled walls, wanted flyers. Finally, I find myself outside, breathing the stuffy air and the smell of exhaust engines. While almost unnoticed, streets and unfamiliar faces fly past. My thoughts were all on the previous day. I'll definitely think twice next time if I decide to do a stream at night after my work shift. Yesterday was crowded enough. Then I even streamed for half of the night. Crap. I let out a heavy sigh. Need to make a schedule later. One day. We don't make no schedules around here. Although, with the kind of work schedule I have, a stream schedule is out of the question. I glance around the walkway leading to the park before continuing my path. I even like that the shortcut is going through here. Soon enough, the trees slightly outline the shape of a huge mall. I like to wonder why it's the only decent store in the whole city. It seems actually unfair, walking back and forth on a weekend for almost an hour just to get something to eat tomorrow. I'll have to leave my complaints behind as I don't notice how I find myself on the same spot. And I definitely should buy something that won't spoil my stomach for the next week. Buy some actual food, Espoir, not just candy. When I reach the store, I pick everything that, theoretically, a single person living alone might need. What do I usually eat? Vegetables, eggs, bread. Well, and among other rubbish. After checking all of the goods at the self-service checkout and paying, after a few minutes I go outside again. After fresh air bumped into my nose, I took a quick look around the parking lot and left. No suspicious characters lurking about. In the park, I slow down and give myself time to think. I don't really understand. Is it easier to breathe here just because of the forest nearby? Oh, look at this little fella, hanging out back here. He's having a great time, picking up sticks. On the other hand, it is logical, but on the other, it's all the same air, isn't it? Is the air different when you're around trees? My thoughts gradually jump from one to the other, taking me somewhere far away in thought. There! That didn't jump scare me. However, they seem to have taken me too far when I suddenly bump into someone. Ah! My stuff! My sausages! My cheese! My cheese is just... Oh, my cheese is in the grass. Because of the unexpected collision, I let go of the bag, and it falls to the ground. My heart skips a beat at the thought of my just-bought eggs breaking from such a thing. I'm more worried about that cheese.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, he's precious. I don't know. There's something familiar about this guy. Something real familiar. Have we met? Nah. Rubbing his neck, the young man gives me an awkward smile.
Let me help you?
Oh no, he's cute. Of course, if it's not hard, do me a favor or ellipses. Of course, and by of course, does that mean you'll get me new cheese? Yes, of course. Actually, it's my fault. I apologize. I should have looked where I was going. I was spacing out thinking about trees. I immediately get down on my knees and feel the guilt eating away at me from the inside out. The stranger quickly sits down on his knees next to me, clearly not afraid to make his pants dirty, and helps me collect the leftovers in a surviving bag. Why you gotta look at me like that? Getting up from the ground, I immediately pick up my bag, trying not to look the stranger in the eyes. I really should be more careful. What a shame. I just wanted my cheese. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
That's okay.
He smiled at me, gently, interrupting me mid-sentence.
But I'd like to buy you a treat.
Cheese? Okay, this is partially voice-acted. He's got a really nice voice. I like his voice. It's very slow and smooth. But I would like to buy you a treat sometime, if you're still feeling guilty, as a small compensation for the fact that we bumped into each other. The guy looks at me expectantly. Check my phone, agree, refuse, rude refuse, or ellipses. Gonna have to do an all ellipses ending at some point. He's gonna buy me a treat. I want that treat. Yes. Treat, please. I even slightly hiccup in surprise. This is clearly not what I expected. I stand there for a while, looking down at the ground, and then I nod weakly. I think I would like some more cheese. I can tomorrow.
Oh, great.
The stranger is glad of your answer. Tee-hee-hee. Oh, great. Then I'll see you tomorrow at Moonbuck's at 5 in the evening. For a split second, I thought he said 5 in the morning. I was like, nope, not even for cheese. But it's 5 in the evening. Giving me a wide smile, the guy runs away, almost skipping, which causes me to laugh vaguely. Hey, you stranger on the bench, did you see that? Did that seem suspicious to you? However, I soon realized that I don't know his name or his phone number. Oh geez, maybe I should have pulled out my phone first. If that's the case, then let it be. He's not coming to my house tomorrow, is he? Wait, what's this game called again? That's crazy. Pushing this thought aside, I remember that I still have to go home. Soon, I leave the park. The way back this time seems less long to me. Apparently, after that collision, I'm less in the clouds and more looking at things in front of me. Although I keep looking around, I'm not doing that as much as I used to. Well, at least the products won't be in danger anymore. The streets pass by, unnoticed when I finally find myself near the house. Grocery shopping is a tough task, especially on the first day off, after your first job. Ooh. And after the second job one. I just want to press the elevator button when I remember that it still doesn't work. Yeah, you gotta go up the stairs now. Cursing all imaginable and unimaginable technologies, I walk to the stairs, counting in horror how many more times I will stumble before climbing. However, I heroically climb the last steps, almost falling on the right floor. After catching my breath a bit in front of the door, I finally go inside. I quickly unload my new purchases to the place, while the thought of meeting that guy is spinning in my head. I mean, he was pretty cute. Really familiar, though. I should have been a little more careful and asked for his name. Or at least the number. What if plans will change, and I won't be able to tell him? Well, come what may. Wearily, I climb into the bed with the phone in my hands, sprawled out in the shape of a star. Should I call JD and tell them? Without thinking twice, I pick up the phone, dialing a familiar number. After all, they are the only one I can share something like this with. Or rather, with whom I want to share it. After a couple of rings, the phone is picked up, and a voice is heard on the other end.
Hey, haven't talked in a while. What's up?
Taking a lot of air in, I pour out the whole story of today, almost in one breath.
I streamed when I really shouldn't have, and then I got hungry, but I only had the idea of food in my refrigerator, not even the cockroaches were in there, and I had to go to the store, and then I met a guy, and he said he was going to buy me some more cheese, and then I had to go with some steps.
For a long time, they only answered me with silence. Maybe today's story is already something out of the ordinary.
Wait, are you serious? You almost got knocked down and then invited somewhere? And you said yes?
What? You should be used to this, JD. I laugh nervously in response. Okay, it's not too bad, yet.
Maybe you could give him my number?
I'm kind of just calling you to make sure you know my location. I'm sorry, but he ran away faster than he told me his contacts. Sorry. There's a disappointed groan on the other end of the line. After chatting with JD for a while longer, I put the phone aside and stretch. How long have we been talking? It's long past midnight on the clock. Deciding to leave today's worries for the next morning, I finally burrow under the covers and go to bed. I hope I can do without so much stress tomorrow. Cool. Yes, this is a demo, so I think only day 1 is released. Sardine face. I like that. That's a neat character. Oh, character voices. I can't read most of this. Thanks for playing the demo. Clap, 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 clap. I wonder if that could go any differently. Maybe I should check my phone instead of saying, sure, I have no idea who you are or how to reach you. Check my phone. You have a new subscriber. Yay! Before I can answer him, I suddenly feel a non-stop vibration in my pocket. You have a new message. Your video got to the top. Did I get the little 1 out of 10 fireworks things in my YouTube studio when my video does a good? Taking out my phone, I look in surprise at the number of different kinds of notifications. I'm sorry. Some other time, okay?
Oh, well, I won't bother.
What? Waving goodbye, he walks away, leaving me alone. Does this mean I don't get cheese? This is good, of course, but shouldn't I be safe? Back home or go through the forest? Save your game? Let's go back home. I shake my head, pushing away the intrusive thoughts. This man just turned out to be very kind. Nothing like that. It's just that today I wouldn't like to be invited somewhere. Lack of sleep, an empty fridge, of all things. Anyone wouldn't be in a mood with such a set, and only a few people would agree to something like this. Like me. Being out of sorts. With a calm soul and a clear conscience, I leave the park. I gotta say, the art in this is gorgeous. The way back this time seems less long to me. Apparently, after that collision, I'm less in the clouds and more watching the road. I quickly unload my new purchases to their place, while thoughts occasionally flash through my head. That guy worries me a bit. Does he? I should have at least asked him for his name. Wearily, I climb into the bed with the phone in my hands, sprawled out in the shape of a star.
Hey, haven't talked in a while. What's up? Wait, are you serious? You almost got knocked down and then invited somewhere? What the hell?
Hey, at least I didn't say yes this time. I laughed nervously in response. Okay, it's not too bad yet, but it's probably already on the verge.
No, I'm serious. I want that too.
I want to be bumped into and then offered a treat. I know, right? It's great. I might get free cheese.
Give that guy my number.
Hey, JD, don't become my stalker competition. I'm sorry, but he didn't give it to me. Sorry? Okay, what if we go through the forest? I felt cold. Or is it just a chill running down my spine? In any case, I absolutely did not like the idea that this person could follow me as freely as inviting me somewhere. Maybe I'm being paranoid or something. Maybe not that paranoid. But I steal a glance around and head towards where the park turns into a forest. Oh. I walk for a while, occasionally glancing over my shoulder to make sure I'm not being followed. The further I go, the less passable the terrain becomes. And I'm carrying heavy paper bags of groceries. However, I still don't care. It's better to get lost in the woods than fall into the clutches of some serial killer. I stop by the weeds and try to catch my breath, and turning around, I find myself God knows where. Oh no! Wonderful. It's just fluff and amazing. I'm in the middle of the forest, someone might be watching me, and I don't even have a clue how to get back. Clutching my head, I sigh in resignation and lean my back against a tree. If he pops out from behind a tree and he's like, "Hey, are you lost?" My heart was beating wildly somewhere in my chest, or in my temples, throbbing in the back of my head with pain. Why does this only happen when I leave the house? I can hardly overcome the desire to sit down here and burst into tears from despair, thinking about the next course of action. Well, in theory, if you keep walking, you'll end up at least somewhere, right? After a few minutes of such a stay, I gather my courage and still decide to try to move on, hoping that I'll be lucky. Ah, dang it. Double dang it. I don't know how much time has passed since that halt, but my arms and legs are already falling off when I stop again. It takes me a moment to realize that the forest is shrouded in night darkness. At that moment, I hear someone calling out to me.
Hey!
Is he doing exactly what I said and just stalking me throughout the forest and going, "Hey, are you lost? You need some help?" Another unknown guy, who looks more like a forester, is making his way through the bushes to me. He smiles radiantly, carefully pushing the branches in front of him.
Here comes the boy.
Cute! You kind of look familiar too, bub. Once he's almost up my side, he straightens up, stopping a couple of meters away and straightening his bag. Unlike me, he stands firmly on his feet.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm lost. I was stupid. I shift uncomfortably from one foot to another, moving the bag from one hand to the other.
You don't know your way back, do you?
I nod weakly as he looks at me, puzzled. What a shame. Why does it feel like I'm 10 years old again, and my parents just found me in the woods?
Let me walk you out.
Okay. He lights up with his radiant, warm smile. Yes! I nod briskly, because I don't really have any other options. I mean, you do, but they probably aren't going to end up well. The guy is probably just happy to help me, because he immediately grabs my hand and points away from us.
Okay, Ducky, follow me.
Obediently following him, I examine his back. Surprisingly, he doesn't seem dangerous to me or anything like that. Actually, the opposite, in a friendly way, like relatives or something. Aw, curiosity outweighs any decency, and walking in silence is a bit boring, so I only think for a couple of seconds before starting a dialogue. By the way, what's your name? The young man turns his head slightly in my direction, continuing to walk. Apparently, my question startled him a little at first.
I'm Misha, and you are...
Cute. Oh, I'm espoir. It means hope in French. The dialogue was awkward. Well,
So, why are you here?
there was a man, and he was gray, and he was cute, and I ran away from him. It seems that the ice of a sudden encounter has begun to melt between us, since he asks about it. Would it be appropriate to ask now about his appearance? Although it's probably like asking any girl about her age.
What is it?
What's the matter? Do you remember why you were in the woods? Do I? I wanted to take a walk, but somehow I got carried away. I don't know how to lie, and I think it's seen. I really wanted to believe the opposite until the last moment. Wait, are you actually really dangerous, Misha? Misha chuckled, while I could only hope that he would not ask for any details. Fortunately for me, this forester did not become curious like me, and thoughts began to creep into my head that this guy had something else planned. A gap finally appeared between the trees. Already my heart was relieved at that moment, and a relieved quiet sigh involuntarily escaped from my chest. My attendant apparently noticed this, but didn't pay attention to it much. We got out of the woods. I've been exhausted for a long time, and the grocery bag was completely crumpled. It seemed to me that the forester would lead me right to the park, but he continued to walk ahead of me, as if nothing had happened. Not knowing if I should start panicking, I just look around once again, noticing that there are much less people here at night than during the day. Yeah, I would hope so. However, some are still present here, and it makes this guy feel uncomfortable since he pulls his hood almost over his eyes in front of the first passerby. Aww. Soon we reach the edge of the park. By a happy coincidence, it's the closest way I can get to home from here. I step forward a little to make sure that this is the right side of the park, and I'm already turning around to thank my savior. However, he'd already waved goodbye to me with a fleeting smile. With a slight wave of my free hand in response, I also go my own way. Thank you very much, sudden stranger who was doing something in the forest. Then, the way lies only along the streets of the city that I know. And even though I'm still worried about today's incident, surely this guy can't wait for me until nightfall. Right? I don't know. What's this game called again? I cringe at the thought that I might still not be safe, so I quicken my pace so that I can get home faster. What if I refuse Misha? Oh dear, that's probably not gonna end well. No, thanks. I'll manage on my own somehow. Cute! Oh my gosh, she's so cute! With these words, I slowly step back, holding my hands out in front of me. The stranger takes a step forward, as if to stop me or warn me. I'm not about to step into some kooky, crazy mushrooms, am I? But after a couple of meters, I turn around and start running as fast as I can. I don't know where, But after a couple of meters, I turn around and start running as fast as I can. I don't know where, while he shouts something to me. Anywhere just to get out of the city and without anyone on my tail. My legs carry me further into the wilds of the forest. Oh yeah, this ain't gonna end well. Realization comes to me too late that the package of products, which has already suffered today, was torn because of some branch. And now the contents had become a whole trail of products leading to me. My cheese! I try not to think about it and just keep running. However, I don't notice how I stumble and my sneaker accidentally clings to one of the protruding tree roots. Ow! I fell. My body rolled dangerously down some kind of slope. I try to stop somehow, but suddenly I feel a strong blow on my head. Ow! Ow! Jeez! It goes dark in my eyes instantly, and the last thing I feel is my body going limp at the foot of a tree trunk. Gosh darn trees! The trees, the bane of my existence. Gosh darn trees! Congratulations, you got the bad ending number 1, Death in the Forest. We hope you enjoyed your quick walkthrough. What a lovely walk. It's sad that I died at the end. Alright, going back to this really familiar dude, what if I refuse? What if I go, no thank you. You don't have to buy me a treat. You don't have to do anything for me, bub. After looking him up and down, I shake my head, expressing my refusal.
Okay.
It's alright. You don't gotta buy me more cheese. It's okay. He's walking away, slowly. Hey, at least this guy takes a hint. I exhale with some relief, but something bothers me. Was that too easy? Well, we know what happens if we go back through the forest. Is it safe to go back home? What if I rudely refuse him? Like, no! Oh my god, leave me alone! I don't know you! Frowning, I look at him with an incomprehensible pile of feelings, including indignation, anger, and surprise. How dare you want to treat me? How dare you offer to buy me more cheese? After looking him up and down, I shake my head, expressing my refusal. I'm sorry, but you're too weird. He recoils, shocked by my words.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
Waving his arms, he took a step back.
I just want to make it up to you.
By giving him another annoying look, I let him know that he chose the wrong person for such an apology. Apparently understanding my hint correctly, he puts his hands in his pockets and quickly moves out of my vision. Although something still bothers me. What if I go, it's not that hard. I can pick up this cheese while crying. Huh? Well, of course. I nod weakly, squatting down and starting to pick up the scattered groceries. The stranger quickly sits down on his knees next to me, clearly not afraid to make his pants dirty, and helps me collect the leftovers in a surviving bag. I can't eat that cheese. There's no saving that cheese. I'm mad about that cheese. Is this basically the same? Getting up from the ground, we look at each other, and I nod my thanks to him. Thanks, buddy. Why are you looking at me like that? Thank you. I'll go now if you don't mind. Where's my bat? I'm gonna smack him in his head. I'm gonna give you a tonic that makes you lose all your hair. How dare you do that to me? He stops me, almost grabbing my hand. Listen, Buster. That's some big jump scares for somebody who's in stomach-punching distance. After that, the stranger retreats back.
Sorry about that.
I'll poke you in your pretty blue eyes.
I just wanted to give you a treat.
Well, now when you say it like that, matched with a jump scare, I don't want your treat. Goosebumps run down my spine. The guy looks at me expectantly. No. Just for that jump scare, no. Looking at him in surprise, I slowly step aside, out of harm's way. I'm sorry, but I'd rather refuse. No, thank you.
Okay.
What if I refuse rudely? Frowning, I look at him with an incomprehensible pile of feelings, including very annoyed because I don't appreciate that jump scare, whoever you are. Are you kidding? I'm sorry, but I'd rather spend my time more productively. I got streaming to do. Silent Hill 2 just came out, and I don't want to play it. He recoils, shocked by my words.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
Well, you did. What does this mean? What does this mean, do me a favor? What favor am I going to ask? Come on, help me. If at least one egg is cracked, then pray I won't crack your... Oh. We're being aggressive this time around. Exhaling irritably, I bend down, first picking up the egg tray. To my surprise, they were all indeed intact. The stranger quickly sits down on his knees next to me, clearly not afraid to make his pants dirty, and helps me collect the leftovers in a surviving bag. I swear to God, man, you do that again, I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna... What's the line? Editor me. Put up the clip.
Dude, if you do that again, I'm gonna punch you. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. You jump scare me again, I'm gonna do that to you. Straightening up, I watch as the stranger puts the remaining piece of bread into a bag and hands it to me. I snort slightly as I pick up my purchases. Okay, thank you, but I have to go. I'm about to move on when he suddenly blocks my path. Yes? Can I help you?
I just wanted to give you a treat.
If you want, we could go somewhere so I can buy you a drink as compensation for this little collision. Who buys someone an entire drink to take someone out on an entire date just from bumping into them when technically it was my fault? The guy looks at me expectantly. I said no! Jeez. This Espa's going right for the throat. What? Why don't you go fluff yourself? He recoils, shocked by my words. Just a little dude over there goes, dang!
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
You're lucky you didn't jump scare me this time, because I was gonna somehow punch you in the stomach. Waving his arms, he took a step back.
I just want to make it up to you.
By giving him another annoyed look, I let him know that he chose the wrong person for such an apology. What if I do all ellipses all day? I just nod weakly and silently start picking up groceries. As soon as I finish, I nod again and was about to leave already when he gently takes my hand, stopping me.
Sorry about that. I just wanted to give you a treat.
My skeptical gaze, it seems, could break through the wall, but not this troublemaker. I'm going to...
You're not the chatty type, huh?
I keep looking at him with tired eyes. The guy looks at me expectantly. Ellipses all day. I hold my gaze on him for a moment, as if savoring this offer. However, after a few seconds, I shake my head, indifferently looking around the neighborhood.
Is that so? Pity.
He walks away slowly with his head down. Okay, so far everything pretty much ends up in the same place, and this is a demo, and this is only day 1, but this is really cute. I don't know if there'll be other cameos, that would be really nice, but it's really cute. That one guy's just really familiar. I can't put my finger on it, but the other guy, Misha, Cutie Pie, was definitely inspired by Mychael from Mushroom Oasis. If you haven't seen me play that game, it's a very good game. It's an excellent game. And I'd love to play this more if it ever updates. I'd like to see where it's going, because so far, everyone seems pretty nice. I didn't appreciate that jump scare, whatever your name is, but everyone seems pretty nice so far. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more of my videos in the past, present, or future, you can like this video, subscribe, or interact in any way that is comfortable for you. And also, we're trying to make it to 100,000 subscribers, so a subscription would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.